Good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight? Hope everyone is having a wonderful evening or a lovely start to their day. Apologies if the mic's a little bit loud. I've just been doing some rebalancing things. Oh, good morning, Steph. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're excited. I mean, to be honest, I'm a little sad that we've had to move on from No Straight Roads, but I'm excited to do this game because this is one I remember getting like for quite early and having a bit of a play around. I was like, this is fun. I like this concept. But yes, as promised, we shall be doing some boyfriend dungeon. Part dating sim, part dungeon crawler. Mash the two together, you get a beautiful mix. Feeling better and hyped for boyfriend dungeon? I'm glad to hear it, Steph. I'm glad to hear it. I'm looking forward to going back through this because I won't lie. If I go to my load save, I have done a little bit of playing. I got to level 16, so I didn't get too far in. I think I beat the first dungeon, which was the mall, and then got about halfway through the club. There is a DLC coming out. Yes, I saw that. That's the Hammer and Axe one, right? If I'm correct, Steph? I couldn't remember if that was a free DLC or a paid one. I may buy it if it's a paid DLC because I do want to get it. But yeah, so like I said, I have some experience with this game, but it's been a long time, and I think it's just best to start afresh. So we're just gonna jump in and see what happens. Yes, created in slot 2 for me, game. This game's story involves exposure to unwanted advances, stalking, and other forms of emotional manipulation. Play with care and take breaks as needed. Also, Steph, let me know if the audio balance is a little off, because I kind of felt the game audio was a little loud, but it's hard for me to tell without basically having the stream playback run through something else. So just let me know if the game's a little loud or if I'm too soft. Whatever works. Here we go. Oh, I forgot how much I love this aesthetic. Will do. Thank you, Steph. Alright. Let's create our character. We shall name him James Flair. I wish I could put spaces. Nope, we can't. So, okay. Here's the... you know what? Everyone keeps referring to me as Neon, so I'm just going to call myself Neon for this. Pronouns, I'm going to stick to my usual, he, him. Actually, wait, Neon or James? I don't mind which one. It's hard to pick. I forgot about how weird these eyes can be. I mean, round is the standard, but it could be fun to go with something like heavy or sleepy. I kind of think smiling is cute. James? Okay. You got it, Steph. I shall go with James. I may have to put the flare part on the end. Actually, no, I'll just keep it as James. I don't remember if I named my other one that or not. Well, we'll find out. I'm going to keep eyes as smiling since that is kind of my default state. Skin, light, because I'm a pale ass boy. Oh, let's be honest. Oh yeah. God, I forgot the hairstyles are like absolutely insane. This curly is what I normally run because that's how crazy my hair is. Problem is that like the right shade of brown is very hard to come by. I guess we'll just go with this. That seems pretty simple, right? I mean, it's basically me. My only question is the eyes. Which one do I go? Round, heavy, sleepy, smiling, tough? I kind of think it would be funny to go tough, because I mean, it's not really like me. Like, I think either smiling or heavy could be good. For now, I might go smiling. I like smiling. Alright, we're all set to go. Let's do this. Are you ready to begin? You can change your character anytime while in the apartment. Of course. Let's just jump in. This game sometimes sends you supportive text messages from a character named Mom. Is that okay? If you answer no, we will disable these messages. I'm comfortable with that. Let's do it. Let's get some text from Mom. Oh god, I forgot about this. Final boarding call for Verona Beach. All passengers, please board immediately. I forgot that we start with the flight. Oh yeah, and we start with this amazing visual opening. Oh, this is so good, I remember. Verona Beach. The place where the best memories can be made. All this and yours for the low price of probably $1,000 based on actual flight costs. Oh, the club. God, that's gonna be fun later. It's funny, I recognize almost all these locations. And there's our apartment.
Hey, welcome to Verona Beach, cuz. It's me, Jesse.
I forgot there was voice acting for the characters at the start. So that jumped me a little bit. Hello, Jesse. Good to see you, my dude. I love Jesse. He's such a chill, like crux character.
It's been a long 10 years, huh? Your mom said you'd grown up, but I had no idea. You're so much taller.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was like a 10-year gap between the last time we saw us. Thanks, are you hitting me, or who are you again? I think it's a bit mean to be like, who are you again? And I think we're just gonna go with thanks, because that's just what my awkward ass would do. Thanks, Jesse, good to see you too, bud.
Sorry, I just remember you as a little kid. Cousin problems.
I love this, because this is the opposite situation I have with my cousins. I'm way older than them. So I'm probably gonna beat Jesse in this situation in like 8 years' time.
I was in college, and you were like in the 5th grade or something. Back before California.
Oh yeah, so, okay, so what is that gap? Fifth grade's like, oh, that's like 10 or 9? And if he was in college, yeah, so it's probably about a 9 to 12 year gap between the two of them, if I had to guess. I don't know, I'm not great at remembering the American schooling system well. I know my own, and that's what I base that reference off.
Doesn't matter. Come on, I'll show you your room for the summer.
Yes, the room. Show me, Jesse. Show me this room. I'm going to have to try my best to not, like, make the joke of him as Jesse from Breaking Bad. Hey. Mr. White! No, I'm not doing it. You can stay here until my lease runs out in September. I moved out to live with my partner last month, so you get free rent. Very kind of you, Jesse. Plus, we'll have the whole summer to solve your little problem. What problem? Excuse me? Can you... It seems a bit rude to imply I have a problem, Jesse. Can you please? Your mom said you hadn't gone on a date. Like, not in your whole life. It's not a big deal, but I'll do what I can to help you. Be a summer of love. I mean, that's very kind of you. I don't know how blunt you need to be on that, but sure, buddy, whatever works. Or, if you prefer, a summer of totally platonic friendly hangouts. Those are good too. I looked at that being like, is that a funny acronym? I'm like, nope. TPFH. Nope, definitely not a funny acronym. I'm not a pickup artist, but pretty sure I can teach you something about meeting people. I mean, anything will help at this point, Jesse. Literally anything. As long as you're willing to be a little adventurous, you've come to the right place. Verona Beach is a town for lovers, so it's best to keep your eyes and mind open. Oh, both are already there. Just third eye immediately opens on Jesse's forehead. I won't guarantee you'll fall in love, but a date shouldn't be too hard to arrange. Well, I mean, it's a foot in the door. That works too. So what do you think your main problem in love is? Oh my god, I forgot how, like, absolutely blunt these are. Nobody appreciates me, well, that's just egoistic. No. I'm ugly? No, I wouldn't say that. I think just cursed. I mean, based on my own dating history, I know I'm cursed. Possible. But then it can't hurt to build up some courage. Bro, you're calling it right there. I do need the courage. Curses take bravery to break, I imagine. So let's make you brave. The first step in love is finding someone with similar interests and talking to them.
Uh-huh.
So let's get you some confidence. There's a new fitness fad in Verona, perfect for meeting people and facing your fears. Fitness fads, huh? I remember those. What is it? Pilates, burlesque. What was like that? Oh, there was like a really weird one. I mean, arguably you could say parkour is one. I know if Zeno was here, he'd 100% argue that. But, yeah, okay. What fitness fad you got for me this time? Dropped in to say have a fantastic time, mostly to see a Hollow Knight. We're gonna head off since I'm tired as all hell. All good, Kobold. I appreciate you popping in even if it is just for a little bit. Thank you. That's very kind of you. You have to have an open mind, though. You ready? Hit me with it, Jesse. What you got for me? It's dungeons. I love like the comic panel, like exclamation points thrown at you. How dramatic. Not 600. Okay, good clarification. Moving on. Though I guess there are some parallels. Never mind, don't think about that. I also just realized the like box, the title box that has his name in it is an arrow. That's kind of clever. I never realized that the first time I played. It's like the Cupid's arrow kind of thing. You know, Dungeons from like video games or D&D, like that, but in real life. Bro, I'd be terrified if there were actual dungeons from D&D in like the fucking real world. Could you imagine that level of chaos? You're just walking by, like walking through like a park, and all of a sudden you just get jumped by like bandits or kobolds. And you're like, are you kidding me? I just came to eat my sandwich during my lunch break, bro. Like, stop trying to stab me. There's been more monster infestations lately, so people kill them for money. Good thing that they drop money when you killed them. Imagine if it wasn't the case. I mean, to be fair, that's like basically the premise of solo leveling, but either way. It's great for building confidence and also getting a workout. Plus... Wait, hey, I wanted to ask. Can you turn into a weapon? And then you have to roll to see if you live. Yep. Yeah, you're right, Zura. You're right. Also, how are you doing, Zura? Good to see you. It's been a while. Can you turn to a... I could try. Maybe. Can you? I can try to turn into a weapon. I mean, it just like rolls up sleeve, pulls out bicep. Are these guns registered weapons, Jesse? Kinda tired, ate too much food. How about you? I'm doing alright. Not really feeling tired, mainly because I may or may not have had a couple of warheads before this, but yeah, no, I'm doing alright. I'm definitely doing a lot better than last time. I will say, just as like a brief aside, I'm sorry that I had to cancel stream yesterday because of everything that's going on. It was just, there was a lot to take in, especially because I'm going through this weird expedited recruiting process, so the stress just kind of, and panic all kind of got to me at once, so I apologize for that, but I appreciate you all for your understanding with that. Like, you guys are legends for that. Alright, let's see if we can try and turn into a weapon. You squeeze your eyes shut and imagine turning into a sword, long and sharp. You open your eyes to see if it worked. Nope, your hands are still there. Same old you.
Oh,
don't look so sad, cuz. You can't do it right. Me neither. Then why did you suggest it? Like, why? You think I can just spontaneously, like, turn into a scythe like Marka does at the end of Soul Eater? Like, that ain't gonna work, Chief. Thank you for the luck, Steph. I appreciate that. No need to worry about it. We all have lives before Twitch, be it streamer or reviewer. Very, very true, Zero. Very true. At the end of the day, your mental health prioritizes everything else, even Twitch. Guess it doesn't run in the family. Transforming's big in Verona Beach. I feel like this is meant to be like a weird analogy for like the transformation of people's personalities, but maybe I'm just looking too much into it. Around here, people like us are called wielders, at least around the weapon folks. You'll do great. Especially after you get a combat lesson from a short sword friend of mine. I arranged one for this afternoon. Well, that's convenient, thank you. I guess you just knew that I was a wielder and said that as a joke. Okay. You feel your heart start to thump heavily. Meeting someone? Already? Jesse's eyes widen and he shakes his head. Stop. Take a deep breath. It's not a date, it's a lesson. He's a bit of a straight edge anyway. Hey, badum tisk. Remember, wielding isn't romantic. Perfectly platonic friends can wield each other, okay? This feels like the thing of like, it's okay. It is not gay to kiss the homies goodnight. That's like, it's got the same energy. Hey, lurking as always. All good, Zura. I appreciate the lurk. I'm also appreciating that the lurk command is being used, although I still need to figure out how to fix that little glitch where it keeps repeating the name. I'll figure that out later. The important thing is that you're stronger together. So whenever you're ready, get out there and go to the mall. The mall has monsters? Why the mall? Good question. Why does the mall have monsters in it? Is this... Are you sending us into Evil Dead, Jesse? Is this what you're doing to us? Apparently, something to do with common fears? I don't really know. Ask Isaac. He'll be waiting inside. He's a fencing teacher and a perfect professional. Ah, fencer, you say, good old Jesse. I forgot that Isaac was a fencer. It's funny my younger brother is too. And in the meantime, I'll set you up on a proper date. Always check your text messages. Well, that's just commentary in real life. Jesse goes to leave, then pauses. Wow, that was a very loud I forgot to give you a little tour of the apartment. This is sort of all there is. All yours. I have ideas on how you could use the shelves and desk, but we could talk about that after you've settled in. Feel free to use the mirror anytime if you want to try some new looks. No pressure.
See ya.
See ya, cuz. And away he goes. Jesse leaves. Oh yeah, so these are pretty much unavailable until afterwards. We can always check the mirror, and we can check our phone, and we can always leave. I don't think there's many options, no. Oh wait, we do have shirts. I forgot about this. Problem is I don't have a proper suit, is the only issue. I'm not really a hat person, so I'm probably going to skip on that. Closest I've got is the striped sweater. That will have to do. Actually, the birch one's probably more similar to my current outfit. So we'll do that. Look a little bit spiffier. Why not? Why not? Oh yeah, messages. Hey, it's Jesse. Now you have my number. Don't forget to meet Isaac at the mall. Also, I just saw on the news that there's a weapon thief out there. Weapon people are going missing. Stay safe. Don't worry, Jesse. You think I can't handle a weapon thief? I'll kick them back to the 4th dimension. Okay, let's go meet Isaac. Isaac, I remember being a really fun character. Like, I liked how... Like, yes, he was a straight edge, but he was a really nice... He was really nice. I forgot how floaty the movement is. Like, it feels like there's just a tad bit of a delay on the stop. But anyway, onto Verona Mall. Be careful, it's dangerous. This is just the classic, it's dangerous to go alone, take this. Well, don't worry. We have our good old friend Isaac, who is probably going to kill us. Oh, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Got given the awkward notice that that my roommate apparently heard everything I was saying when I was eating dinner earlier, so that's awkward. But yes, all right, back to it. I forgot how much I love the graphics of this. Like it's not like super detailed, but it didn't need to be for this kind of styling. Like I like the simplicity of it, and also just the music. It's very ambient. This game is very ambient music for what it is. Hey, there's our man. Good old Isaac. Just gonna run a little lap around him. I'd love it if he just like yelled at you and was just like, could you come and pick me up already, mate? Come on. Okay, fine, I'll go pick him up. You find a long, thin blade. The hilt fits nicely into your grip. A man's voice vibrates from the metal and up through your hand, making you jump.
You must be Jesse's friend. Hi, I'm Isaac.
Ah, yes, I forgot he's like slightly British. So I need to channel a lot of my London accent for this. Isaac the Sword? Pleasure to meet you, Isaac. Pleasure to meet you, Isaac.
Enchanté. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
God, that voice hits so crisp and Sorry. Little bit of vicarious panic just kicking in.
But I'm indeed in a stock at times. Forgive me for remaining in this form for now.
I mean, it's fine. Take whatever form you feel you're more comfortable in, my dude. I don't know what else to say.
It takes some effort to change shape, and I'd rather focus on the lesson at hand.
It's weird that they talk about effort, but they don't really bring up, like, is it like you expend, like, your own energy to what's it called? Transform? Like, it's weird. I wish I knew more about, like, how it works, whether it is actually similar to Soul Eater or not. I arrive. Hello, Astro. Good to see you. How have you been? It's been quite a while, actually, since the last time I saw you around, so I hope you're doing well.
Your hand on my hilt is as good a handshake as any, after all.
True. I'm hoping that's your hand, at least. If that is, something else, I feel really awkward now.
Now, if you take a look around, you'll see we're in a mall.
Very astute, Isaac. It's almost as if I was invited here.
A dungeon is a place you can confront your insecurities. Here, your own psychology will create monsters to fight.
I do love the idea of, like, your psychology creating the monsters rather than just, them spawning out of nowhere. Because otherwise you're just very concerned as to where it all comes from. I've been good, I think. Well, I hope that it's actually been good and it's not just that you think things have been good, Astro, but it's good to hear at least. I'm glad to hear you're doing well.
I chose the mall because most people have fears that easily manifest here.
I like to think the mall has like some sort of weird like planar connection to a nightmare realm, and that's how all of these like fears manifest. I mean, I know it's not what it actually is, but I kind of wish it was. It'd be kind of funny. What kind of fears? Yes, what kind of fears can we find here, Isaac?
It depends on the person. Strangers, inadequacy, sterility, poverty.
Quite an extensive list.
Everyone's afraid of something.
Oh, 100%.
Let's
100%
go ahead and
everyone's
look
afraid
around.
of something.
Let's see if we can find any monsters to fight.
Yes, the fight begins. Alright, now to remember what he has. So, okay, so he's got the quick light attacks, which is exactly one. Isaac hit different. Oh boy, he do be hitting different, definitely. Is that my mom texting me right now? I didn't think she texted during the dungeons. What's the heavy attack like? Oh yeah, it's a giant lunge. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, there's a monster. Which monster is it? Oh yeah, phone demon. Easy. First kill. Nicely done. Your form is rough, but you have strong potential. You're not bad either. Thanks. You're not bad either. Huh. After 20 years of practice, I'd rather have something to show for it. Now let's talk about that monster. It came from inside your head. When I first started going to the dungeon as a wielder, I fought a lot of trucks. Trucks? Excuse me. Isaac, are you sure you weren't fighting off your own fate as an isekai protagonist? I couldn't even say it with a straight face. I like to imagine there's just like someone made like a boyfriend dungeon like fan comic of just Isaac fighting off trucks trying to avoid being isekai'd. Trucks. I hate trucks too. I mean, I do hate them on the roads, but I know why they're there. I'm going to say that I hate trucks as well.
Oh?
Really? That's odd. I don't actually hate trucks. They just manifested. Truck kink. Bro, I mean, let's be honest, the kink scene is enormous, so it's not impossible for someone to have a truck kink, I'll be honest. Not that I know anyone who does. I'd be a little concerned if they did. They were monsters. Pickup trucks, dump trucks, even cement grinders. It's because I had some issues around masculinity and boyhood, probably from my father. Eventually, I worked through that and killed a boss monster truck. It felt good. My point is that your phone monster could mean a few things. Maybe you fear connections to other people and intimacy. God, I hate how this feels like a personal attack, but it isn't. Maybe you fear helplessness, crawling like a worm the way it did. We'll figure it out the deeper we explore into the dungeon. Well, I don't know how far it does go, but I'm now worried. What if we die? How deep does it go? Yeah, let's ask the important question. What if we fucking die? We'll just go as deep as we can today. If we get too tired and collapse, that's okay. We'll still get to keep any treasure we find. I mean, I was less concerned about that and more about my life insurance policy, but priorities, I guess, Isaac. To avoid fainting, look for beverages. Tea, coffee, that sort of thing. Keeps your spirits up. Or in our case, it's cans of soda, because that's what I thrive on. You can hold up to 3 at a time, and use them when you need them. One last observation. You can use the power of zines in combat. Press the zine button to use your dragon zine and breathe fire. Oh yeah, I forgot about the zines. The zines are good. Not that I like the dragons one too much as my favourite zine. I think my favourite's probably still the mine. For now, Isaac is the life insurance policy. I mean, I hope so. I know the boy's rich, so if he's not willing to spare some of his life insurance policy with us, then that's a deal breaker, my dude. Maybe later you can find a new zine, or even make your own. Be sure not to always rely on them, though, as their use is limited.
Right.
So be brave and let's fight as best we can. Together, we can overcome anything. I like that attitude, Isaac. Now let's go collect some stuff. Some wire. Strong but flexible, like I want to be. Flexible in what area? Alright, getting a bit of money. Some sugar. The basis of all food, probably. I mean, it's the basis of most food, I do agree with that. And some plastic. A modern miracle. I mean, plastic was a modern miracle of an invention. I do agree, game. Okay, so, yeah. Sorry, that was just me kind of practicing the roundabout, like, mouse targeting. Because I do prefer it. There we go. Yeah, so first level's always a bit of a breeze. I'm trying to remember when the real challenge kind of hits, because, like, of course, when you're very early level, the challenge rank is kind of insane. It's a sword. How did it get here? Oh boy, that is a very demonic looking sword. I wonder who the gentleman might be. Or lady. Let's not rule out possibilities just yet. But first let me do my job as the trash man and clean up. Oh. I did not need to pick that up. Oops. Anyway, let's go. Let's go pick up the sword. The hilt is cool, almost cold to the touch, but it quickly warms under your hand. Interesting. I do remember the first time I picked this up, I remember looking at that hilt and being like, bro, does this guy have like Bowser's gauntlets or something? Like, what's with the spikes? But it is a neat design. I do actually like it, especially like this like diamond tessellation pattern along the blade. Like, it's really nice. The blade begins to transform. Oh yeah, I forgot how beautiful the animations are. Look at the boy. I'd like to jokingly say that this is...
Well, hello, you two. Name's Sunder.
Sunder, you say? Oh yes, I forgot about the ads. I'll wait for the rest of them to catch up, as I don't think it's fair that people should have to miss anything. But yeah, I do remember, like, the first time I saw Sunder, I think I made the joke that he was basically just like a more handsome version of Ray Narvaez Jr. And I don't remember if Ray has played this game, but I think he liked this character from what I remember. But then again, it's been a while. Hello everyone who's back from the ad break. You haven't missed much. I thought I would wait for you guys. But yes, hello Sunder. You beautiful, beautiful man.
Isaac Brooks. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Unusual to be here without a wielder, no?
It is quite curious, because I think from memory, there's like an explanation that the swords like can't float or anything. It's like they literally just become objects. So, you know, and you can't do like the Soul Eater thing where you partially transform yourself to still fight. So it is definitely a weird circumstance.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not really sure how I got here.
God. Oh, can we just admire the fact that the voice acting in this game is like so clean, and I love it. But yes, I'm not sure how you got here.
Last thing I remember is someone in a cloak, chanting. And now I'm all dinged up.
Just an eldritch cultist just carrying the sword through being like, wonder how I can leave this.
I must have made someone really angry if they abducted me and chipped me, whoever they are.
This is the other interesting thing I remember him saying was that like weapons getting chipped, I would have thought it like transferred as like damage to the person, but yet that's not the case. Like I half expected Sunder to come out and he's just like bleeding from his side or something. But you know, rules of this world are strange.
But my luck is turning around because here you are.
Oh my god, stop blushing. God damn it. Why are you so cute when you blush? God damn. Again, this is just going to be the stream of bisexual panic.
I didn't think anyone like you would be in the dungeon.
Yeah, well, you flatter me so. Thanks, or who, me? Who, me? Are you talking to me, Sunder, or are you talking about my sword friend here?
Yeah, you. I'm not talking to the monsters, that's for sure.
I mean, I didn't think you would be. Unless you're into that, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. Not at all.
There were other options.
Okay, did you need to growl at me like that, Isaac?
Oh, if you're into it. Maybe we can go on a date later. Would that be okay?
Sure, I'm down for that. Gay panic moment. Yep. 100% gay panic moment, Astro. I mean, let's be honest, who wouldn't at this dude? Like he does have the looks. The personality we've yet to see, even though I already have kind of an idea of what it is, but, you know, we'll get there. Sure, I'm down for a date, Sunder.
Maybe together we can figure out how I got down here.
That is true, we could, you know, unravel the mystery.
I mean, who would leave me here and not keep me in their embrace forever, right?
Okay, then maybe let's just keep the jacket on for now. It's you know, it's rather cold in here. Let's not jump. Let's not do anything hasty. Are you hurt? Any guesses who did it? I'm glad you're okay. I mean, considering he is chipped, I would ask if he's hurt.
A little, but my pride more than anything. I'm sure Isaac can explain.
Oh yeah, this is the explanation about like how weapon chipping doesn't actually hurt them, I think.
Now I'll just cut my way out of here while you two finish up your run. Here's my number.
Oh, well, thank you for the number, Sunder. I'm sure I'll see you around.
I'll text you.
Hell yeah. The damaged blade saunters away, seeming almost to dance.
He was knocked out, damaged, and imprisoned here?
Yeah, but it's a bit concerning, isn't it? I mean, it only seems like the blade thief comment earlier was foreshadowing.
Weapon forms heal quickly, as they are made from our spirits more than our bodies.
Yeah, so this is their, like, explanation of why they aren't actually injured when they're chipped.
Still, this is serious. I'll report our findings to the authorities. I hope the abductor can be caught.
Wise move, Isaac. Wise move.
Let's keep our eye out for any other victims as we explore the dungeon.
Good idea. We're coming to help. This is our job. Oh god, that is a lot of computers. Go. Oh god. Oh god. Why? Why was there so many of them? Oh, Jesus. Oh boy, this is going badly. Get a few of them out. Okay, single stab. I need this thing to be a kill. Oh. Oh god, more of them. Why is there so many of these? Because I actually want to see if I can win this, because normally this is meant to be an unwinnable fight, but I'm pretty certain we can win this still. Oh crap, I burnt that last scene way too quickly. Okay. Keep going. Oh, damn it. Okay, can we not have the instant wave of projectiles? Oh crap. Okay, you stop firing for 10 seconds. Okay, backing up. Oh god. I forgot there's a combo to this.
Is this my fault?
Damn it. Yep. No, that fight's hard to beat. But we got some decent loot out of it still. Bit of extra cash. Level 2. Perfect. Off to a good start. And even Isaac the S-Stock is maxed out. So we may be able to go on a date with our good old man. You feel the paramedics gently bringing you to the surface and back to consciousness. You're bone tired, but otherwise unharmed. You realize you're still holding a sword.
And that concludes our first lesson. Would you mind releasing me?
Oh, I didn't realize I was still holding on to you, Isaac. Sure, sorry.
Not a problem at all.
Oh, okay. He took that well. He took that well. The blade begins to transform. Oh yeah, I forgot. This one's like super clean. Look at that man. What a handsome fellow. I love it.
Truly. Enchanté.
I love Isaac. He's such a good character. I also like the fact that he even has like a little pin of his form like on his jacket. It's a nice touch.
It was a pleasure to train with you. Thank you. But I must get back to work.
Yeah, well, of course, I wouldn't want to hold you up any further, Isaac.
If I may say, your fencing style is rough, but has unusual potential.
Well, that's certainly good to hear, Isaac. I appreciate that. Thank you.
If you're interested in refining your form, come by my office. I have the gear necessary for lessons.
Of course, just tell me where your office is and I'll happily meet you there.
We still have no leads on finding the source of your insecurities that form these monsters.
I mean, that's true, but it's only been like the first run. We weren't going to get to it immediately. That being said, I'm sure there's probably people who have actually reached the final floor of that dungeon the first try, and those people are miracle workers.
So feel free to call upon me in the future, when you need a dungeon delving partner.
Hell yes, Isaac. I will probably need you because I'm going to get my ass kicked. With a small bow, he strides away. And thus concludes the first chapter. So now we can access our zines, which we only have the dragon one. So I'm looking forward to being able to get more zines as we get closer in. God, we have a lot of messages. Ah yes, there we go. So we did have messages from a mother. I already miss you. Verona Beach is a big city. It can be dangerous. Always listen to your cousin Jesse and watch out for pickpockets. Are you okay? Did you find the apartment? Do I just intentionally freak her out with, my wallet was stolen? No, that's mean. I'm fine, Mother. Calm down. Oh, good. Stay on your guard, okay? I love you, sweetie. Love you too. Be good. Don't worry. When have I gotten myself into trouble, Mother? It will be fine. Oh yes, Jesse. What have you got for me, mate? Did you make it to the dungeon? Report in, soldier. Mission complete, sir. You didn't tell me he was hot. I met the swordman. Mission complete, sir. So, how did it go? Wait, don't answer that. Let's talk in person. Okay, you're just going to bombard me through my own apartment? Okay, I'll be right over. And he's here. Wow, that was uber quick, but I guess he lives quite close. A few minutes later.
Hey, cuz. I heard you, picked up Isaac. And he says you're a natural.
Oh, well, of course I'm a natural. Sure, I know how to use a sword, right? Maybe. I don't know. It's not a question the authorities need to know. He was kind. He's a good teacher. We found another sword, too. I think he's a good teacher. I think that's the polite way to put it.
He's one of the best dudes I know for sure. Thinks a lot about how to improve the world.
A generous man. I respect that. Well, a selfless man was what I meant to say. Oops.
Anyway, I'm glad it worked out.
Hell yeah. Even though you have the most bored expression on your face right now. Just like, yeah, I'm glad it worked out. You're just like so glum. Isaac says you might be afraid of technology or change. Either way, I trust you'll work on it together. Even if you're not into him, it's good practice being normal, alone with a handsome stranger. Of course, my typical Saturday night, Jesse. In case, you might get nervous at all about the idea of dating. I mean, it was definitely a good idea. It's good to even just meet new people, period. I always love that. It was a good idea. You realize you do indeed feel a bit more relaxed about the idea of a first date. Jesse squints at you.
Ah,
Nerves are that bad, huh? At least you gained a bit of confidence. Well, lucky you, I went to high school with a guy that runs a sword shop. And he's single. At least that's what Eric's online profile says. Haven't seen him in person in years. Wait. Oh wait, I remember Eric. This is going to be interesting. He might be the only guy in town who knows more about swords than Isaac. But I got his number. Jesse pokes his phone.
aha!
Aha, there we go. He's free for coffee tomorrow. Are you in? Let's do it. Do I have to? What's he look like? I'll go but not as a date. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'll go but not as a date. I think that's more polite.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you want, cuz. Tomorrow morning, 11 AM, we'll be at Kicks, the cafe just down the street. Remember, it's just coffee. It's fine. I mean, coffee's still good. Everyone loves coffee. I say as someone who never drinks coffee at all. I'm that one guy who always gets like hot chocolate whenever I go to a coffee shop because I just don't like coffee. Talk about dungeons, get to know them. This summer won't last forever and you gotta meet new people sometime. Agreed, I do need to meet new people sometime. So let's roleplay some practice. I'll be Eric. No pressure, just try it out. Okay, this is an honest question for the chat. Have you ever in your life had a situation where role-playing a scenario in this fashion has ever worked? Because I feel like it never works. Like, maybe that's just me and how I work, but I've never seen, the whole idea of, role-playing a date or anything like that actually working out. Okay, you've just entered the cafe. I'm Eric, and I'm sitting here waiting for you. What do you say? Hi, date time, let's kiss. This is just a premise of how forward do you want to be? Hi. You try to say hi, but your breath catches in your throat and you start coughing. Maybe try in a mirror tonight. This might be more work than I thought, but that's okay. Well, at least he seems optimistic about it. You'll do fine. Practice makes perfect.
See ya.
Good luck tomorrow, cuz. Jesse leaves. You have a few extra hours. How will you spend the evening? Browse the internet, investigate the cafe, go for a walk. Ooh, all very tempting options. Investigating the cafe seems... I don't know, it feels a little stalkerish. Browse the internet is standard. I think if I was in a new town, I'd probably want to go for a walk first and foremost. So let's go for a walk. Let's clear our mind and think back on what we've just experienced. You wander around for a few blocks and find a nightclub nearby. Oh, I mean, I do like nightclubs. But is it worth keep walking and see where this goes? You know what? Coin flip. Because I do know what happens if you go into the nightclub, but I haven't seen what happens if you go in if you keep walking. So I'm just going to leave it up to chance. I'm going to say heads go in, tails keep walking. It's heads. We're going in. The music intrigues you. You stand and listen for a while. You notice a woman watching you from the VIP section, but you're too shy to talk to her. God, I forgot how amazing she looks. Like, I mean, this is coming from someone who's just a massive, like, ancient civilization nerd, so, like, you know, seeing, like, the Eye of Horus and all these, like, kind of, I guess, they're kind of Middle Eastern, but not entirely, like, they're like Middle Eastern Persian sort of thing, like markings. I just love it all. Plus also, I want that jacket. I like the jacket and the gold trim and everything. I want it. Eventually, you head home and go to bed. You wake up paralyzed with deep, inexplicable fear. I thought the nightclub thing went a bit further at the start. Maybe I'm misremembering. Today will be your first date for the rest of your life. What if? You're not even sure what you're afraid of, but it feels like you can't breathe. Count to 10 or distract yourself. I mean, normally when I'm struggling to breathe, I would count to 10 to try and take deep breaths, so I guess we'll go that. You slowly count, focusing your thoughts. 1, 2, 3. Eventually, you feel a bit better. Good. We're back to a calm and collected mental state. We're not going to have like a psyching moment where all of a sudden we're just going to have a panic attack. Get up and walk down to the coffee shop.
Welcome to Kids.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this barista character. She's very kind, actually. I think the man in the corner is waiting for you. You look around and see someone waving at you.
Hey, you're Jesse's cousin, right? I'm Eric.
Yep, it's this guy. Hi, Eric. This guy's interesting.
Now tell me everything you know about swords. Do you prefer one or two-handed?
Hi, is that small talk? I mean, he's very, very forward in his questions. One-handed, two-handed. I mean, personally, myself, as someone who plays a lot of D&D, I always like one-handed. You, Eric, yeah, I know, right? I remember him being an absolute, like, disgusting person, so I don't want to hang around with him as much if I can help it. So we're just going to try and avoid him at all costs if we can. Yeah, hello, I'm a human. I eat food and breathe air. How about you?
Ugh.
Yes, oh, a human too. How surprising. Blah, blah. Look, I don't mean to be rude. You're attractive, obviously. But I run a business. I can't waste my time. Then why did you meet with me? Like, seriously, dude. If you're that busy, get the fuck out of here. Surely we can jump straight to the shared interests.
I sometimes like the speed of one-handed weapons, but it's a rush to use the heft of two hands.
I've actually never seen that dialogue before this one, because I normally answer one-handed, because that's what I normally do with D&D characters, so nice to know he's a snarky prick right off the bat. He waggles his eyebrows playfully. Yeah, get your damn eyebrows out of here, boy.
Jesse said you're a dungeon crawling type, so I thought I'd offer my help finding a weapon.
I mean, fair enough. You mean a weapon person, right, Eric? Or are you just gonna straight up, like, hand me a firearm? Yeah, that's not really for me. Totally cool if you're into it. My shop sells only pure steel. Some imported, some made on site. Maybe I could give a discount to a fellow enthusiast who'd give my blades a good home. You seem like the kind of man who appreciates fine craftsmanship. Thanks, I am. So you're a smith, then? It's an important clarification to make. Hey, but thanks, I guess. As a smith, I have an eye for it too. I take raw, dirty hunks of metal and with finesse and strength turn them into art. Well, I try anyway. I'm still learning. Video tutorials can only teach you so much, you know? Maybe someday I'll make something beautiful enough for you to wear. Get your blushy face out of here. I know what you actually are. Get out. But now here's a gift for a fellow craftsman. Maybe you can do something with these. I found the bracelets recipe. Yes. The crafting begins. Oh, I love the crafting system in this game. You'd think you could make something out of this stuff. Anyway, I should be getting back to the shop. Want to go on a proper date sometime? I need more frivolity in my life. I'll think about that, Eric. Very polite of you, but I need some time to think on it. Excellent. If you need a weapon, maybe I'll see you again soon anyway. Ciao. Eric leaves. We're in the clear. You head home. And immediately Jesse is in my DMs. You did it. You went on a date. Sort of. How'd it go? We'll just let him think it went well. Surely he won't look into it too much. Wait, really? I mean, I'm happy for you, but you still have most of the summer left. Meet more people before you propose. You're now infinitely more date experienced than you were yesterday. Plus I'll find you another date ventures soon. I forgot about this option to be so forward. Just, I want to date weapons, Jesse. What about Isaac? What about Eric? It's a good question. What about Isaac? Date Isaac too if you want. But variety is the spice of everything. So I'm going to find you someone nice. I saw you, Sunder. Chill and done for now. We'll use the crafting table I left in the apartment. You can craft supplies, clothes, and other stuff from shops around town too. I'll let you know when your next date is set up. Cheers, Jesse. Let's start with Isaac first. Dear James, I am available for lessons. I'll provide equipment at my office, Brooks Associates. If you wish. Sincerely, Isaac. It's not a letter. Let's train, come on. Looking forward to it. Hell yeah. What have you got for me, Sunda? You like dancing? Yeah, I mean, I do like dancing. It's been a while since I've done it, but I want to get back to getting into dancing when I have the time. So yeah, of course I am. Yes. Come to my club, La Rosa. VIP. I'll be there, man. I still need to work on Sunda's voice. I'm like trying to channel like that classic like cowboy Texan because that's like the only voice I can think of for him. Okay, cool. Me too. Just tell the bouncer you're with me. At this point, it's just going to be a slightly deeper version of my own voice, god damn it. Alright, got some stuff set up there, why not? So now we have options. We can either go to... Brooks Associates. We could pop into the shops, but I'm pretty certain we can't buy anything yet. Let's see. What are y'all more keen on? Do we want to go see Sunder and check out La Rosa, or do we want to go to Brooks Associates and hang out with Isaac? What are y'all keen on? I don't mind either way. I know like most of their plot line, so it's up to y'all what you guys want to see. I mean, my preference is more Isaac because I like his stuff, but it's up to y'all. Or if not, I can always flip a coin. I'll give you a bit of time. Meantime, I'm just going to pre-flip this coin and see what we got. Because, okay, so let's say heads is we go see Isaac, tails we go see Sunder. I got heads. Let's go see Sunder. Oh, sorry, not Sunder, Isaac. Immediately forgetting my own picks. God dang. What is up with me tonight? Alright, let's go see Isaac. You're stopped at Isaac's office by his assistant. Excuse me, do you have an appointment with Mr. Brooks? I think so. Yes. I think so.
Hello.
James, you made it. Christine, James is always welcome here. Yes, Mr. Brooks. Get out of here, Christine. And hello, Isaac. Good to see you again. It's good to see you. I was hoping you'd take me up on my offer. Let's begin. Do you prefer foil, saber, or epee? This is a good question, because I know I've been informed of the differences between foil and between all three of these, and the one that seemed more appealing to me I think was saber, because that's more of like the larger side swipes, which is what I more enjoy with that type of style. So let's say saber. So you wish you were more quick and decisive. Interesting. Oh, that was a test, was it, Isaac? Go on. We shall see. Now, ready yourself. Don't mind the office equipment. I do this all the time. As heavily noted by your fencing gear in the background and the massive fencing foil in the back. Jesus, dude. I also love this, that like the little placards in the background have drive and clean I don't know why, that's just so funny to me. He shrugs on his fencing gear with practiced ease. Now stand up with your blade out towards my heart. Turn to regard me from the side, over your shoulder and hip. This is the on guard stance. You're quite literally on guard. We will begin with the basic movement. Looking into my eyes, advance towards me. Front foot, then back foot. Step forward. Try lifting your toes first. Don't cross the legs. Now, in foil, you can only score by hitting the torso. In saber, the upper body. But in the dungeons, you don't need to score points with any judges. I was about to say, if it hits, that's what's important. We want to make sure they die. We don't want to, consider safety when it comes to monsters. I suppose that means we should use epee rules. Any hit counts. I forgot that epee was any hit counts. I thought it was a smaller target than foil. Shows how much I know. Let's try a lunge attack then. Extend your frontal leg with all your weight, keeping your front foot flat. No bent ankle. You lunge heavily forward, feeling a little awkward, as someone would the first time ever doing this. I remember trying it and almost falling forward. That was going to be an awkward experience to explain later. Not bad. You have talent. Love rank 1. Oh yeah, the riposte. Holding roll lets you counterattack if used just before an incoming attack. I remember this, yes. This is a really nice skill to have early. It's actually kind of nice that they give a good defensive skill at the start, because they know you're going to get hit a lot. Oh, looks like we've reached a new level of understanding. So now you can parry with me. The more time we spend together, the better we'll be able to fight together. This means something different for each weapon, but for me, parrying is a friends-only maneuver. To parry in the dungeon, hold dodge just before the enemy attack hits to automatically counter. That's a special move only you and I can do together, so don't forget. Yes, this is what I remember. That I loved the notion of individual skill trees for individual weapon people. It was such a nice touch. Although, let's be honest, some of them were really, really stupid strong. Like when we get to the dagger, oh god, her kit is terrifying. You can also check out our parry and the combo details in your phone later. But for now, shall we take a break? He loosens his gloves and removes his fencing jacket. If you'd like to keep training with me, perhaps we should get to know each other better. Of course, of course. Where are you from then, by chance? Upstate. Wine country. Or wine country as I call it. Too much wealth up there, not enough sense. I moved here some years ago to form an investment firm, and made a name for myself, as I can clearly see by your accolades that are spread across the back wall. What about you? You're a dashing dunge hero now, right? I mean, I wouldn't call myself dashing as a dunge hero. I'm just average at it. Let's be honest, Isaac. We only did one run together. What do your parents think about your dangerous profession? Do they approve? Mum always supports me, or dungeons are a family tradition. I like the notion of it being a family tradition, so let's say that. Oh dear, don't tell me I've fallen in with a Templar Knight again. No, I'm no Templar Knight. I only narrowly escaped their clutches the last time. Although now I'm curious, what were the Templar Knights in this world? Were they just basically like a really extremist religion? I do prefer life on the straight and narrow. There's a knock on the door. The music cuts ominously. Oh, 1 minute, please. Oh god, yep, this is the one. This is the other one I remember being a pain. Freaking Isaac's goddamn father. Isaac, what are you doing? Who is this? Shouldn't you be working? I said 1 minute, please. You can wait in the lobby. So you're just gonna keep a guest waiting while you faff about? Oh, he's so snobby. I hate that I actually know some people at my workplace who are like this, and I hope that I never have to see him again. God dang it. Vincent, you're 20 minutes early for our appointment. I thought I might have some priority in the life of my only child. Well, this is definitely awkward, I agree. I wish I could just say all three of these at once, because this would be what I actually would. I'll just go. I'm terribly sorry, James. It seems I am occupied. I'll text you to set up our next appointment. You're texting now? What's next in your slumming schedule? Ugh, sod off, Vincent. Will you drink water from plastic bottles too? Horrifying. God, with every word, I want to grab him by his stupid purple tie and choke him out. Are there any depths you won't stoop to? You slip out the door. As I should. Oh, potential to eavesdrop. I don't normally, but I kind of want to. Really badly. Let's just hope the secretary doesn't kick me out. I want to hear what's happening. You hear Vincent yell about having low standards and making disgraceful choices. Isaac responds too quietly for you to hear. You head home. Yep. That's the one thing that kind of sucks with Isaac. You have to deal with his douchebag of a father. And all the messages just going off immediately again. Oh god, I have to speak to Eric later. Let's start with the mother. We always love a good mother. Honey, I know you've always been afraid of change, and I'm glad you're facing your fears. I believe in you. But Jesse says you're fighting monsters. I'd hope you pick a less dangerous career. Like cobra wrestling or wreck diving. Ah, of course, the perfectly safe alternatives to fighting monsters with a goddamn weapon. I'm sorry, name one country where cobra wrestling is real. I mean, I'd watch it. I wouldn't condone it, but I'd watch it. But that just sounds like a really bad time. In every sense of the tone. And wreck diving, well, it's diving. You know diving's going to be dangerous. I have healthcare. I mean, I do. It's perfectly safe. I'll be careful. Yeah, I was about to say, I have healthcare. I live in Australia. Of course I have healthcare. That's no reason to take more risks. If something happened to you, I don't know what I'd do. Of course, I support you no matter what. But be safe. Yeah, I will be safe, okay? Calm down there, mother. I'm not gonna leap head first into a hungry monster's mouth like that scene from Sharknado where frickin' I can't actually remember the name of the main dude, but he jumps into the shark with a chainsaw and freaking cuts his way out to rescue the girl. That movie is so dumb. Oh, great. Hey, Eric. I'm really glad Jesse introduced us. Yeah, hi. Whatever. You should come by Naked Steel sometime. I forgot that's the name of the shop. Why is it called Naked Steel? Why is like half the things in this game just innuendos? Our scimitars have scintillating curves. Special price for a special guy. What do you say? I'll think about it. Up to you, Goss. I'll be waiting and hoping. Good, you'll be waiting forever. Get out of here. Hello, Isaac. Good to see you. Are you doing alright? Sorry we were interrupted, but do you care for business talk? I mean, I don't mind it. I'm not going to pretend like I understand what the heck half of it means, but I don't mind it. Perhaps I'll advise you when I'm next audited then. I'm not a fan myself. Maybe I'll explain how I got into this someday. I mean, you don't have to explain, Isaac. You just need to, let me know so I don't interfere with your work. That's all. Oh, yeah, so I forget. So, yeah, now we can actually look into potentially doing more stuff. Let's see what we can craft. We can craft the bracelet immediately. Is that the only recipe I have? Yeah. I mean, may as well craft it. Booyah, bracelet. Wait for a gift opportunity to give it to someone special. Yeah, I remember this. I remember the gift giving thing to be a little tricky and something you can't rush. Like, you have to take your time to learn what people really want. I'm happy with my look, so let's leave. Now we have options. Because we've already gone and done the Brooks Associates thing. We can go back in the mall with Isaac. We could go to Naked Steel. Ugh. I don't want to go there, but I'm going to have to eventually. Or we go to La Rosa. I'm so uncertain. I mean, I like having the option to switch to Sunder, like, once we've maxed out the relationship level, like, in between floors. So maybe we might just go unlock it. I'm trying to remember if there's even, like, a love level for... Yeah, there is. Oh, no. Let's go to La Rosa. Let's go to La Rosa and forget about snobby Smith boy. Name. I'm a Sunder. The bouncer unclips the velvet rope and you step inside. Hell yeah. The power of a name drop, my man. Sunder is venting to a woman sitting next to him in the VIP area. Oh yeah, this is the one we saw literally last night. But I just can't feel a real connection, you know? Join the club. And without love, what's the point? Hey James, do you believe in soulmates? That's a good question, Sunder. I'm sure there is the concept of soulmates. Do I believe in it necessarily? Not entirely. I think it there's a bit more to it than that, so I'll just say I want to. Sunder hesitates. You wonder if you said something wrong. Me too. I just can't keep getting so disappointed. But I'm not sure anymore. Hey! Finishes cause enemies to bleed. First rank immediately. Here we go. They make it look so easy in the movies. Romance has been dead at least 500 years. I mean, I wouldn't say that much. I know plenty of people who are able to do amazingly well with romance. So I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration. Let's not jump to conclusions. Yeah, so James, this is Mandy. She's my business partner, co-owner of the club. Charmed, I'm sure. And what kind of sword do you turn into again? Excuse me, Sunder. Why did you tell her I could transform? I can't. Why'd you tell me on a lie? No, he's a wielder. I literally told you 5 minutes ago. Were you listening at all? Clearly she wasn't. What'd you say? Immediately I'm like, she wasn't listening. What do you say?
Nah.
You know, never mind. This is a good song. It's time to dance. I'm feeling healed from my abduction and Lunge Attack. What about you? I mean, am I really gonna pass up the opportunity to dance with Sunder? Of course I'm not. Let's dance, my man. Yes. Tonight we dance like we're gonna die in 50 years. Why specifically 50? Could you imagine if someone came up to you and was like, it's, you know, dance like we're gonna die in 50 years. Not like we're gonna die tomorrow. Just in 50 years. Very specifically 50. I'm actually hiring a hitman to kill you in 50 years. Like, what? Not so keen on it, Mandy. I'm not keen on being assassinated in 50 years either, but here I am. What? We are. I was about to say. Whatever, idiot. Alright. Well, bye, Mandy. Oh, I skipped over that. Oops. Sunder mostly sways and sips his drink, but Mandy dances with abandon. You can feel the music thumping in your chest. I mean, knowing me, I would try and do some dance moves. Like, I think I'm pretty decent at dancing, so I would go for it. I'm someone who normally will try that sort of thing. Let's do it. You take a chance and put your heart into every motion. Mandy takes it as an invitation to dance very, very close to you. Sunder smiles and leaves the dance floor in the direction of the bathroom. Mandy leans in, her breath warm in her ear. Oh, the sudden approach. Let's not be too hasty here, Mandy. We've only just gotten to know each other. Excuse me? You should really be careful, little one. Why? Why are you saying that to me? Sunder eats up lovers one by one. He seems nice, but he's double-edged. I know you said you're looking for a soulmate, so... Believe me, Sunder isn't it. He lies, and he's dangerous. Sunder's using you. Part of it is his addiction, but he's too selfish and violent to be a good boyfriend. Okay, this just suddenly took a complete turn. Yeah, can we get a rain check on this? A couple of questions, perhaps? And yeah, then why are you his friend? I'd rather be with you. Are you talking about drugs or violent? Yeah, excuse me, violent? Can you explain? Yeah, and in my experience, no matter what they say, people don't change. But I like you. You're sweet. I'm just trying to help. Be careful. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Good luck. You really need to leave me, Mandy. Why are you leaving me now with, as you said, a potentially violent man? Excuse me? Mandy kisses you on the cheek and leaves. Great. Some comfort before I potentially get beat to hell. The crowd parts around a sword that seems to be dancing its way toward you. Oh wow, the tip got repaired very nicely. Amanda left, huh? Just us two now. Let's enjoy this moment while we can. Oh, this is a hard pick. Do we be blunt with him? Do we say that Mandy wanted me away from him, or do we just leave? I genuinely do not know. Hard pick. Coin flip. I need something to decide. I'm gonna say heads. We tell him that Mandy wanted us away from him. Tails. We just leave. Tails. We leave. I'm just gonna head out, Sunder. I appreciate the time. Alright, but you Don't need any beauty sleep, handsome. Hold on, let me say goodbye in human form. I want to look into your eyes. Let's go to the dungeon again sometime, yeah? I mean, sure, I guess. Just don't know how safe it's gonna be. See you later, I hope. You head home. I remember that there is like other things you can potentially get with him if you go to like other paths. But we kind of just played it straight-laced, which it isn't bad, but like it's not the most exciting route, but it's fine. We made a choice and we rolled with it. Oh god, the mother found out we're on a date. Jessie says you went on a date. They better have treated you well. You only deserve the best, you know. Mom, stop. No, I'm just kidding, thank you. Sorry, I'll let you do your thing. But if they hurt you, tell me. Mama will take care of it. As she sends the knives. It's weird. This actually just genuinely reminds me of my own mother and how she likes to text, so this is just kind of a funny parallel. Oh, hey, Sonda. Hey, cutie. Sorry if I'm too flirty. You could tell me to back off, but this is how I am. You're a good dancer. You are too. Back off a little. Is that code for something? I mean, I do appreciate the compliment. I think it's only fair you pay the compliment back. You are too. Let's go again sometime. Very well, Sunder. I'm just gonna keep a watchful eye out. Also, what do you want, Eric? It's crazy Jesse has a cousin like you. He's a loser. Or was in high school. No offense. That's mean. You're the loser. No offense. He's doing fine. Yeah, that's a bit mean. Like, bro. Don't call him that. What the fuck, man? Yeah, I'm just being honest. Talk to you later, Hardy. Yeah, don't call me that, please. Please don't call me that. Yeah, sure. Okay. All the more reason I never want to speak to you. Let's get the actual hell out of here. Oh. I hate how I'm going to have to eventually go to him. I'm going to try and avoid him at all possible if I can, because, like I said, I really don't like him. I'm trying to remember, I don't think I'm able to buy anything in these places yet. Because this is all clothing. Oh, and fabric. I can buy fabric. But yeah, all of these are super expensive. The other problem is that none of these are formal, like, male attire. Which means I can't wear my suit in game. Which kind of sucks. Although I think they update their inventory as you go further. And what's El Granero? Oh yeah, this is the theater. Yeah, we can't do this for a while. Yeah, because look how expensive those are. Yikes. Yeah, cool. The ballet company's coming. Alright, let's go to the dungeon. I'm going to go with Isaac. Because I like him more. Plus, I'm trying to remember how the parry mechanic kind of works out. Every few floors, there should be an elevator shortcut to find. Let's keep an eye out. Oh yeah, I forgot there's elevator shortcuts. Oh yeah, so that's how it is. You just hold it, and it does it. Okay, there. That's what I was trying to remember. Oh Jesus, I didn't even realize he was right there. Kind of weird because it leaves like a slight pause. But that counter mechanic is fantastic. Come back to that can if we need it. Careful now. Oh god. God damn it, can you not... Can you not just rush me like this? Jesus Christ. Back away, you actual douches. God damn it. Oh god damn it. Get out of the way, you... Oh. If I can land these... If I can land the scene... Oh, gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Probably like can't like parry the projectiles back into them. Is the only problem I have with the parry. I think it's only useful in melee. It kind of sucks. There we go. I think your fear of change is lessening as we go deeper. I mean, I'd like to think that it is, Eric. Why do I keep calling him Eric? Isaac. Fuck, man. Oh, oops, did not mean to do that. I keep forgetting space is my dodge roll. I keep pressing shift is the issue because I'm so used to like no straight roads and like plenty of other like roguelikes where shift is dodge. Do not confuse worst boy was one of the best boys. Which one, Eric? Oh yeah, no. I'm not going to confuse Isaac and Eric. I will do my best to not have that happen, Steph, because I do agree. Isaac is one of the best boys and Eric should be condemned to hell forever. I'm trying to remember, can I go this way? Or is there nothing else I can do in this section? Yeah, that's everything I can explore. Well, down to the second floor we go. Perfect. Next level, let's roll. This is where things start to ramp up just a tad, if I remember correctly. Oh, god damn it. Damn it! I'm like absolutely messing up the parry mechanic. God damn it. Please tell me they're so good. Oh god, there's ranged attackers. There we go. Get out of... Dang it. Thank god that the light attack is so swift on the turn. If that had such a big cooldown, I would have actually been messed up. I'm trying to remember, there's like some secret stuff we might be able to find, but it's always like so weird to find the context clues. Yes! Best girl's right here! Oh, I am looking forward to this. Let's go get best girl. The hilt is wrapped in several layers of leather and the double-edged blade is chipped.
What the hell?
Oh, what?
Could you not just, like, grab me without warning? I know tradition is all choose your weapon, but consent is important.
Oh shit, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry too. I didn't mean to snap, I'm not sure what's going on.
I mean, that's understandable. You woke up in a weird place and have no idea where you are or even what happened to you, so completely understandable. Completely justifiable response.
I was out at night, as you do, and then, bam! I'm here, my blade hurts, monsters everywhere.
Yeah, that's definitely a kidnapping or an abduction.
I'm Valeria. Nice to meet you. Sort of.
Nice to meet you too. You were abducted?
I guess so. And damaged too.
I wonder how they managed to damage her, considering I don't think Isaac's complained about being damaged. Like how do you actually damage a weapon person?
Normally, I'd switch to human form around now, to be polite.
But let me guess.
I don't know you. I'm still recovering from whatever just happened. I'd rather play it safe.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I can understand that, Valeria. Don't want to trust, whichever random person stumbled across you.
And I'm certainly not going to put myself in a stranger's hands and let you use me.
Yeah, no, that is completely fair. I know these options are here, but I'm gonna just go with fair enough.
I can take care of myself. Mostly.
Can you make your way out is the more important part, Valeria. I don't want to have to guide you back up to the top floor.
Could use some extra cash, though, so I'll keep in touch.
Fair enough.
Ciao, for now.
And there she goes. God, it's going to take so long to get best girl in a good state where I can use the kit. Because the main one I need is one of her earlier perks. I keep forgetting you can check your phone in the middle of the combat. Why do I need to? Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Oh god, get out of the way. Careful. Oh god. Those damn projectiles. If you get too many of these guys, they just absolutely wreck the day. Oh, that was close. That old technology symbolizes change, I believe. You believe that's the case, Isaac? At least we're finding good crafting materials. Because we're going to need a lot of those later. We're already at the... come on, there's got to be branching paths. Yeah, we're going back for the branching paths. Much like any good multi-layered dungeon game, you have to go and explore everything and find the secrets. Because I know what I'm doing, I should be able to take care of it. Why did I suddenly freak out? Is there not a fight? Oh. Oh yeah, safe spaces. This is important for later. Well, actually, it's important right now. We can use it. Tell me, Isaac, what do you think of such a beautiful statue? Isaac looks up at the sculpture thoughtfully. It's lovely. I often like to think of cats when I'm fencing. They have such poise and grace, especially when they hunt. But perhaps you prefer dogs. But I mean, I'm a cat person. I've grown up with cats for most of my life, which is weird considering that both my aunt and my grandparents own dogs. But no, cats are the best.
Right.
It's easy to admire them, is it not? When they are not being cruel, at least. Independence and elegance are fine virtues indeed. He touches your hand and smiles. Oh, Isaac, you hold me so. That's a bit forward. Would you like to offer a gift? No, I don't think he likes bracelets. You decide not to give a gift right now. Shall we resume? Yeah, I normally try and wait for a good moment to give gifts because there are so many opportunities to do it in this game. So I'm not going to rush them yet. I want to make sure I give like the perfect gifts each time. That's what I can find. Blueprint. Hell yeah. The anime t-shirt. Of course the anime t-shirt recipe's in here. I forget that that's such an early unlock. It's funny that it's an unlock. Alright. To the world exit. It's weird, I'm already missing like the fast travel between like the rooms of the floors. I guess just because I'm so used to Dreamscaper. Yeah, let's keep going. We haven't yet maxed him. I'm trying to remember, is this where the first boss is? Oh, nice. That was a good counter combo that time. There's definitely more enemies around here, but I'll try and pick up things. Nice. Okay. Health kit here in case I need it later. Definitely more enemies. Oh yeah, the cassette tapes are here now. Oh yeah, I forgot these things kind of hit. Come back here. There we go. BOGO, 50% off. I wonder what they sell. Could it perhaps be BOGO? Such a stupid joke. I apologize. Oh crap, actually that would be good to... Go up! Get out of my way, you... Damn. Things. Careful! Nice. Oh good. More health. Okay. Is there a can back here that I had seen around or... Oh no, it was the zine. That's why I used the dragon zine. Yeah, I'm normally like quite reserved with my zines because again they're random drops and I don't know when I'm going to need them, so I'm normally quite sparing. Oh hey, another location. And why am I getting so many sodas? Not that I'm complaining because health items are so good to have. But yes, a skating rink. One of a few interesting locations you can find in the mall. I wish there was more skating rinks, honestly, in Sydney, because there's like a few I can think of, but they're all like an hour's drive from where I live, and I do actually love skating casually. Like, it's so nice. Ah, ice skating. I haven't done this in years. Isaac ties up his skates, and you start gliding on the ice. He holds out his hand. I mean, I'm not going to say no to an extended hand. He smiles and skates just a bit faster, gently pulling you along. Oh my god, that smile. How does he have like that perfect $1 million smile? Like, my god, man. You're after my own heart. When I was 10 or so, my father took my family up to Canada for a winter. So we'd know what real cold was like. I mostly hated it, but there was this big frozen lake the kids all skated on. It felt so freeing to be alone out on the ice with just your thoughts. Or with a friend I could trust. Isaac smiles. Maybe that's why I enjoy going to the dungeon with you. Well, that's very kind. You're very welcome. Thanks to you as well, my dear. Again, no gift. We don't have anything yet. You skate a bit longer before you return to the dungeon. Yeah, no, I need to get back into figure skating because I do actually, well, not figure skating, just regular ice skating, because I do love it a lot, but finding like people who actually enjoy it and want to do it with you is very like, I don't want to say it's difficult, but it's definitely not something where you can, where, you know, you just do it with any random person, so to speak. Like, it's definitely I don't want to say it's an acquired taste, but it kind of is, in a sense, too. And I remember the last time I went, I went with my review group, and I found out that a lot of them actually used to train to be like figure skaters as kids, and it always surprised me because, like, in all honesty, I didn't want to say like I didn't expect it from them, but it was just more I didn't expect the quantity of them to have that training. Like did any of, like, I'm curious, did any of you in chat like grow up being taught how to figure skate, or was that just something that's just like popular with theater kids potentially? Because I don't know. Oh yeah, what's this? Vending machine offers several choices. Oh yeah, I remember this. For now I might just buy the sugar because that's cheap. I remember what the question mark is. Oops, looks like the machine broke when handling your item. Yeah, I think the question mark is the secret shop, but we don't have enough money for it, so we're just not going to rush that. I'm hoping that we can also, that maybe we might be able to start working on Sunder, because I remember his like weapon kit being really good. Like the bleed is so helpful because just, you know, as in most games, damage over time is good. Okay, yep, so we've maxed him, so let's switch to Sunder the Talwar. Heck yeah, look at how red he is. He's so beautifully red. Also, I just love spinning my character. It's like the thing from what is it, Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you can like spin around and you do like Leon's pose. Kind of makes you think of that. I wish there was something like that in this game where you could do that, even if it was just your character like going dizzy and everything going like wobbly. I have to be careful though, because freaking I don't have a parry. Thankfully his like thing has such a wide berth of attack. You found liquid. Hydration is important. Speaking of that, let me have a quick drink myself. Oh, okay, a bit of a mist spray on that one. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty certain that secret area. Coolio. Oh god, forgot it's a fight in here. God, it's a fight. Please die. Oh god. Oh, careful. Oh god. Sunder, I need you to work with me here. Thank you. Okay, careful. God dang it, I really took a hit off that. I'm kind of mad by that. Okay, so to those who were gone from the ad, basically I just found the secret area here because I remember that like damaged, damaged shutters are a sign of a secret area. So that's all you missed in that break. But yes, let us collect this gold safe, which has a bunch of money. And cultist robes. Ah yes, because when I think of, you know, luxury attire at the mall, I think of cultist robes. God dang it, now it's just making me think of that D&D joke that's like, no, the weapon store is not called Bloodbath and Beyond. It's such a funny joke. Oh, really? Excuse the heck out of me. You should have not been able to do that. I'm like taking way too many unnecessary hits. I'm gonna need some health soon, I think. We have one dragon zine that we can come back for. I'm really hoping we find health somewhere, because I've been taking unnecessary hits and I need to be super careful. Oh, yes! I remember this now. Yes, the ice cream stand. That'd be good too. And good crafting materials. Plastic will become quite important later down the track. But yes, time for some ice cream with the lovely Sunder.
Nah.
Oh, ice cream? No thanks. Can't have the calories impacting my boyish physique after all. I don't think one ice cream is going to hurt you, Sunder. Unless the ice cream is going to literally melt in your presence, I think you'll be fine. Why do you think people come to the mall anyway? It's so sterile. To waste time to buy things, to spend time together. Like, I mean, yes, to buy things. I don't necessarily think it's to waste time, because there's a lot of meaningful stuff in a mall. But honestly, I more enjoy it to spend time together. I mean, one of my favorite things to do in the city is just go walking around with friends and window shop. So yeah, to spend time together. That's a sweet thought. I know I wouldn't come here without you after all. All the more reason to clean out these monsters. Let's get back to it. Hell yeah, let's do it, Sunder. And that healed me, which is what I wanted. Hey! A vodka recipe. Perfect. I am now a true bartender. I have the power of vodka on my side. Interesting, so a challenge room. I'm not sure if we want to do this just yet, because the challenge rooms are quite difficult. So that might be a thing where we come back to that if we're feeling up to it. A leather jacket, yes! Love me a good leather jacket. I am definitely going to try my best to like upgrade my attire where I can. Oh lordy. Oh lordy. Ow. Excuse me. Get out of my way. Oh, careful. Oh, god damn it. No! I'm a little mad. I should have been able to dodge those. God damn it, Sunder. I mean, we did a decent collection of enemies. I got a bunch of good stuff. Oh, sorry. Hell yeah. Level up twice. 3 times. 3 times, not bad. And we're getting close to reaching the max level with Sunder. Not bad at all. But now the ambulance has come to collect us. I don't remember if there's a benefit for going to the elevator to back out. Or not. I don't think there is from what I remember. I think it's just to unlock shortcuts. Let's see. What do we need for vodka? I'm sorry. Game, explain to me. Why does vodka need fabric? Why do you need fabric? Like, you don't want liquid? Liquid would make more sense than fabric. Does anyone remember needing a bolt of cloth to make vodka? Not that I remember. Anime t-shirt. This one's also kind of weird. Plastic and sugar. The leather jacket needs fabric. The cultist robes need fabric. I could craft the anime t-shirt because it doesn't impact me making the vodka. You know, let's just do it. Like a true weeb, we have turned sugar into purchases. Or sugar into merch, so to speak. I wonder how this looks on me. Yeah, no, that's yeah, we're rolling with it. We may as well. Let's see, some messages. And Jesse said you were fighting your inner demons in the dungeon. So it's kind of like therapy, but with swords. Yeah, or I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of therapy. I mean, it's literally beating the crap out of your demons. It reminds me actually of a sketch I wanted to write for CSE Review last year, which was this sketch called Face Your Fears. And it was basically like this man goes to see a psychiatrist and he's to like basically tackle his fear. And he goes, well, honestly, mate, if you want to take care of it, you have to face your fears. And so suddenly he like gets changed out into like a boxing referee and gives him a pair of gloves and just this guy in like a black morph suit with similar looking boxing gloves on, like squaring up against him. And he's just like, wait, what? He's like, well, yeah, this is how you face your fears. You beat the crap out of them. That's just what it makes me think of. I should actually write that sketch at some point. Maybe it will go somewhere. So yeah. Well, that's good. Sounds healthier than I thought. At least if you don't take any permanent damage. Therapy is important. Agreed. Especially when you're feeling on edge. Badumts. I never told you this, but I went to therapy for 12 years. Helped me grow and level up as a person. I'll try to do the same then. That's my boy. Love heart. Yep, this is definitely just my mother. Hey, you up? Maybe. What's the deal, Sunder? Hey, I was just feeling extra sharp today. Pixar, it didn't happen. Tell me more, okay? I mean, you're leading somewhere, so go on. Tell me more. It's like my edge is scraped against your whetstone, until it's keen, aching, ready to part flesh. You had me up until the part flesh section, but all right. Show me. I forgot about that picture. Just him as a fucking sword lying on a mattress. It's so good. I'm sure someone has like taken this image or like found a way to extract it, and they've just made like a body pillow where one side is Sunder in human form and the other is a sword form. Hey, A+. I want to say I'm blushing, but it's more than that. Maybe I'll show you more sometime. See you in the dungeon. Well, I say no to the invitation. I'd like to practice more parries. I often practice at the mission. Care to join me? Well, of course, I'd like to improve upon my technique, Isaac. I'll be in the sanctuary of San Drogo. A very fancy name. And now for Best Girl Valeria. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot I have a voice changer set up for this. Hey, this is that dagger you met? Name's Valeria. Want to meet up sometime? Sure, I'd be interested to meet you. Simple thumbs up. All I needed. I really hope that voice mod worked, or else I sound like an idiot. Let's see. The only gift we have is the bracelets, which I think I remember who they're used for, but I don't entirely know. Inventory, we don't have much. And weapon info, we don't have much. We do have the date with Isaac, which is where things will go in a little bit. All right. So now we have options. Because my thought is, I do want to go meet Valeria for the first time, because Valeria is one of my favorites. Though I don't remember if she actually gave an invitation. Oh yeah, no, it's later that she does. Okay, so we do definitely want to go meet Isaac then, because we can't do much else. And then I guess we'll go talk to Eric, even though I don't want to. You know, let's just get Eric out of the way first. Alright, Eric, I'm here. What do you want? The shop smells of dust and oil. You spot Eric behind the register, reading a book.
Oh, you came. Hi. I'm so glad you're here.
Great, I don't know if I'm completely glad I'm here, but I have to be, unfortunately. Slow day?
No. There were lots of customers here before. Really?
That is the most offensive way to say, yeah, there's been frickin' no one. Hey, look around, he's just got a bunch of rusted-ass swords.
Let me give you a tour.
Verona Beach knuckleheads mostly want switchblades and razors, but we carry the finest blades. Some even made on site in my private smithery. I also teach classes at Verona Beach College about the history of war. Tell me, what's your favorite weapon? Oh, well, I mean, I am a bit of a Valeria lover, so, I think dagger is the correct answer here. Interesting. Close-range fighter, You must like to feel the enemy's breath on your neck.
Ah.
Wait, you mean a weapon person? Right, of course. Stop giving this freaking grimace. If someone grimaced at me like this, and I was like, and I already didn't like them, I'd be very tempted to just whack them across the face. I hate people who do this look. It's so rude. It's naturally fascinating, wielding someone else in battle, trusting them with your life. Sometimes I wonder who Excalibur would transform into if it were a person. I mean, we know what Excalibur transforms into. Fool! Oh, that is a very, very nerdy Soul Eater joke. Oh, Excalibur is still one of the funniest freaking characters in that show, though. He's like so pompous, but he's so funny. But then I remember Sun Tzu, and Napoleon, and Genghis Khan. People win wars, James, not weapons. I mean, yes, but they still needed weapons to defend themselves with, genius. Weapons are just tools. Wielders make the decisions, the strategies, the tactics. It's not polite to say, and pure humans aren't superior. The truth is, we're better suited to leadership. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's ridiculous. Well, reality's a little ridiculous, don't you think? I mean, in this reality it is, considering people can just transform into weapons. Imagine, someone who could transform into a switchblade holding you up at knife point to mug you. That's, like, kind of terrifying. Did you ever think about how a platypus must have evolved poison ankles? Okay, this I remember in his conversation. I'm like, who in Kit Fox told them about this? Because it had to have been like one of their Aussie developers that told them about this, because there's no way anyone else would have put this in. This is just something that just caught my attention. I was like, why? Why is this such a specific detail? It's time to get busy at work, so I hope you have a good stream and a good rest of your night. Oh, good, Steph. Thank you for your time. I hope you've had fun with my, initial return to Boyfriend Dungeon. Don't worry, we're gonna sidestep Eric as soon as we can. But yeah, hope you have a good rest of your day. Makes transforming into a weapon seem almost boring. Anyway, I have a little project I think might change your mind. I'm forging a new and improved kind of weapon. Way better reach than any human dagger. Get your grimace out of here. I don't know what to call the supreme sword yet. Why? You can forge people? Name it after me. I demand that you name this weapon the James. No. Why can't you figure out a name for it? I aspire to be a great swordsmith as Goron Yondo Masamune someday. I mean, if you're seeing yourself to be Masamune, you've got very big boots you're trying to fill. If this blade is my opus, maybe it would deserve the name, Masamune. I bet it'll make me rich too, even though the idea itself is simple. I just want to make a weapon with a little bit of intelligence. Rude? I would argue Isaac is very intelligent, mind you. It doesn't need its own thoughts and feelings and baggage. Oh my god, this makes me think of, what is it, well, apart from the singing sword from Roger Rabbit, there's like, oh god, I wish I could remember the name of the sword. There's like a very opinionated sword I remember. Or maybe I'm just thinking about the Sword of Warning from that Puffin Forest video. I just remember it being funny. Think of it, the ultimate weapon, with all the tactical insights and none of the drama. Yeah, I was about to say control freak much?
No.
You won't be so dismissive when you see what I've made. Some people, and some weapons, are just better than others. A perfect servant will always be more loyal than an equal. Oh, this... Again, I want to like this guy, but the problem is, he talks in a way that is so up his own ass crack that I don't ever want to see him again. The sooner you realize you can only rely on yourself, the better warrior you'll be. Okay, well, on that note, I'm getting the ever-loving hell out of here. Bye! Get your blushy face out of here. Leave. You head home. Thank God. Yep, so the only message is from Eric. So I guess now you see why I prefer sealed weapons. I mean, to each their own, whatever. Exactly. I mean, there isn't anything wrong with weapon people, they're just not for me. Can't really expect a person to sit in a case looking pretty all day. Can you? No, you could pay them. I don't think a single weapon person would want to just sit around all day and make money off that. That'd be so boring. Unless it is like a pocket dimension when you become a sword, but I somehow doubt it. Yeah, no. Right. Okay, and now we hopefully don't have to talk to Eric for a long damn while. Oh, Isaac! I'm coming! Not in that sense. Do not misinterpret that. Oh yeah, I forgot this is the weirdest thing. Walking into a church and just seeing a man strapped to go into battle. The church sanctuary makes a surprisingly good combat training space. Don't know how Isaac managed to hire out the church, but you know what? Some things we just don't question. You're improving, but your parry is actually a bit too consistent. You could try doing it a bit slower or faster, or try a new parry direction. Surprise is the spice of life, and fencing. Go on, take a stab at it. Parry quickly, parry diagonally, or just yeet the weapon across the chapel. I want to parry diagonally.
Right.
Yes, just like that. Perfect form, just lovely. You have a perfect form too. No, I'm not lying, his technique is flawless and, well, he is quite dashingly handsome, I will admit that. Hold on, I need to check something. I thought for a minute the desktop audio was still muted and I was going to actually have a panic.
Oh?
What? I'm not even wielding. Oh, you mean... well, thank you. Let's resume. Him and I are both as equally flustered as each other. You practiced parries and lunges for a while. Nice work. You even have me sweating. I'm just getting started. On guard. Yeah, I'm just getting started. Let's go, baby. You launch into a new duel, and he doesn't spare you an inch. He deflects every thrust, easily knocking them aside and scoring on you. Wow, you're amazing. Isaac pauses to take a breath. And you are a flatterer, sir, but I'll take it. Thank you. I suppose regular practice has its advantages. Besides just exercise and relieving aggression towards my father. I mean, yes, I definitely agree that exercise or any form of activity definitely relieves aggression. For me at least, exercise is a good form of relieving stress, and also just a good motivator to stay in reasonable shape, even though I'm basically a human beanpole, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't mean to show off. I get impatient sometimes, I suppose. You handled me rather well, I must say. Rank 2. Oh yeah, this is what we pick. Ripost's timing is more forgiving, or Riposte knocks enemies back further. I'm gonna go with thoughtful, and then potentially if I get comfortable enough with the Riposte, we're gonna move to the disengage. But I think thoughtful will be good for us. We could continue or take a break. How are you feeling? Yeah, the question I want to know, why the frick are we in a church practicing? I'm sure the congregation is not happy. He takes off his fencing jacket, looking around. My mother raised me in this church. It is a comforting place. If dungeons were your family tradition, church was ours, I guess. She came for the community mostly, but I took to it more deeply. There are so many mysteries in this life, James. Some people suffer, others become swords. Yes, the duality of man, suffering and becoming swords. a very parallaxing dichotomy there. A purpose is helpful. Do you believe in a god of some kind? Well, personally, I'm agnostic, so, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I guess I believe in, like, some of the more Roman gods, which are much smaller scale, but yeah, I just don't know. I've never really put much thought into it. Questioning and open-mindedness are important. Even so, I hope you decide one day. Belief can be really strengthening, one way or the other. At least we can agree that love is power, not just lust. Real, generous, patient love. I 100% agree with you, Isaac. I mean, that's how I like to... That's my approach to any relationship, pretty much. I'd like to think that love can connect everyone, no matter what deity we believe in or don't. God, this man is just really after my own heart every time. There are so many suffering people. I want to help them all. I know you like talking business, and I see it more as a powerful tool. Oh, 100%. Business is definitely the tool to seeing, like, true change. I mean, look at people like, Bill Gates. I mean, arguably you could say Mother Teresa, but she's not really a business-oriented person. I'd more actually say Fred Hollows is a better example for that. I started Brooks Associates to tackle wealth inequality, but most wealthy people aren't interested. He releases a long exhalation, shaking his head. Yeah, that is the unfortunate frustration of it. When you come up from an environment of great wealth, it's hard to, get the wealthy to think in a selfless manner. I say as someone who'd probably still be classed as upper class in society, but, I was luckily in the situation of that I was the outcast within the group, so I always had a bit more empathy. That might also just be because of my Asperger's, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for handling my father so gracefully before. Vincent can be a difficult man. Lots of saber rattling. Why don't you stand up to him? Is he a businessman too? Or, yeah, we all have bad guys. Is he a saber? I would laugh if he was a saber. I don't think he is, though. I'll just play it off as we all have our bad days.
Right.
Indeed we do. Though I'm not sure his stresses excuse his carelessness. He wants what he thinks is best for me. Still, perhaps I should try to say something. But no matter how sharp I get, I can never get a word in edgewise. How do you work up the courage to go into the dungeon, even when you're afraid? I just plunge in, or your dad's a dungeon monster? Yeah, just go in for it. Just throw my hat in the ring, see what happens.
Oh?
Yeesh, I tried that with Vincent once as a teenager. It did not end well. I think I still have a scar on my hilt from that scuffle. It was an accident, but still. We all have our own strategies for survival. Indeed we do, Isaac. Even in human form, I find it easier to parry than go on the offensive. The crowd starts filtering in. Perhaps a service will start soon.
Oh?
Oh, out of time already. Out flies. Next time I'll make sure we don't get interrupted. That would be good if you could, Isaac, but no pressure. No pressure. I don't have any more gifts for Isaac. Good day, James. Be well. I shall, and you stay in good health too, Isaac. Let us head back and contemplate the nature of it. Oh boy. Oh wow, everyone just went off right now. Oh boy. Oh, Mother again. What does she have to say? I was so worried when you went off to VB on your own, but you're doing great. Facing fears, finding friends. I'm amazed. Makes me proud. My little baby bird flying on its own. Don't miss me or it's hard without you. I mean, I would probably say it's hard without you, because I am someone who has a very close connection to my mother, so I will say that. I know, sweetheart. You're doing something really hard and brave, but this is important, and independence is part of growing up. I'll be there when you need me. You'll always be my son. Hard. Yeah. Oh, it's always so sweet. I love that character. Thank you for coming to practice. I'm so pleased with your progress. What's the right emoji to use? You don't need an emoji. You know what? Let's indulge. Party poppers. Okay. Let us go to the dungeon. Heck yes. Hell yeah, Isaac. I was thinking of... Hey, oh yeah, this is the other one. Need to use the voice. I was thinking of going to the park. Are you free? Sure, sounds good. I like a good park. See you by the pond. A pond, huh? Sure. Oh, a good pond is always nice. Get to see the ducks out and about. Makes me think of all the parks we walked through in what was it? Yeah, in Spain. There's a lot of beautiful parks in Spain that are very easy to miss because they're all in like really like hidden places. I mean, granted, there's also a lot of the grand parks that you can find in why am I blanking on the name of the capital of Spain? Good lord. But in the capital, there's a lot of beautiful parks there and a lot of beautiful sculptures. I remember seeing an art exhibition that was randomly in one of the pagodas there. I found you another date. You've probably met her already. Who is it? Go to Paradise Lost tomorrow at noon. She'll meet you there. She'll wear a blue jacket. Great. A blue jacket. And don't forget to smile. But fake smiles are bad. Never mind. Smiling optional. I mean, I get that. I'm someone who cannot do a toothy smile. Like, it always has to be a tight-lipped grin because I don't think my teeth look right. So I just, like, I feel like when I do, like, you know, the big, like, flash of the pearly whites, it looks like a serial killer. So I just never do it. Anything new we can craft? Nope, because we don't have fabric. Yeah, we can't craft any of these. Yep. So that's that's all for crafting. I don't have any new zines. Let's go out. I think we have time for one more thing. So we can either go meet Valeria. We can go to Paradise Lost, which I think I remember what that one is. Or we can go to Verona. Oh, it's such a hard pick. But then again, also, it would be good to have another date option. Okay, you know what? I know we should probably be grinding up some materials, but I think let's go meet all the people. Let's go meet Valeria, my favorite, and then we'll go to Paradise Lost. We'll just go get them all now. Get a good first impression. Time to meet Valeria. You arrive at the park, but you don't see anyone at first. Then you notice a metallic gleam on a bench nearby. Well, I'm not going to pick up the dagger. She was very clear on consent. Hello? Oh, here we go. Yes. Yeah, there she is. Oh, god damn, she's so cool. I'm sorry, I'm just... Oh boy. This is just gonna be me getting flustered over how amazing Valeria is. Ah, that's better.
Huh?
She stops and gives you a piercing look up and down.
Huh?
Hey, wow, I really didn't get a proper look at you in the dungeon. You're cute. Thanks, you too. Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I got a little dressed up.
Thanks.
By the way, thanks for meeting me in public. I know you're the one who rescued me, but I still don't know how I got down there. Or how my blade got chipped. In an ironic twist, someone's clearly backstabbed me, so I'm a little jumpy. And it's perfectly understandable to be jumpy after that. I would be as well. I'd be completely paranoid. Besides, safety first. Just in case you're an axe murderer.
Huh?
Though I suppose you're more likely to just turn out to be an axe. I mean, that'd be funny, a weird twist of fate, but I unfortunately cannot. Not that it'd be a problem if you were. That'd be hypocritical given my own. She leans closer and lowers her voice dramatically. Situation? So, what is it? You know, your deal. You can tell me. I won't judge you. I just prefer to know up front before anything happens. Get confusion? Surprise Pikachu face? Not really sure what my deal is. Like, I don't think I have a deal. I'm confused. I'm not sure what my deal is. Well, I haven't heard that one before, at least. Maybe it'll be fun to find out what it is. Together. Every single one of these subtle winks is like, Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. Man approaches, eyeing you suspiciously. Can we help you?
Hey.
Everything alright, V?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's peachy. Thanks. See you later. The man stares you down a moment longer before moving on. Sorry, that's a friend. Checking in to see if I haven't been axe murdered. Yet anyway. Look, don't take this the wrong way. But your story is too convenient. You're from out of town, a newbie, never dated before. Yet you're also charming and apparently great at combat? Something doesn't add up. I mean, it's perfectly understandable. So I don't know what to say. God, I don't genuinely know how to respond to this. I don't want to say I'm not lying, because that kind of just immediately comes off as being like hyper defensive. Yeah, I'm just going to give the questionable thank you. The frown doesn't quite leave her face. You're smooth. I don't mean that entirely as a compliment. The truth is, we barely know each other. She stands. You know you have to say something or you'll never see her again. Believe what you want? No, that's terrible. Yeah, get to know me then. You want to have confidence that I'm not who you think I am? Then get to know me. You feel a little breathless at your own daring, but Valeria's eyes warm a little. I suppose that is why I came to Verona Beach. New start. New friends. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Finally have the dagger, and finally have the first ability, the escape. This is like my favorite ability to have. Enemies nearby get confused when you roll out of sight. Oh, that is so useful. That is such a useful ability to have. And it works well with her kit. And if you turn out to be an evil mastermind, well, keep your enemies close, right? Right. Say, Levy. Would you like to offer a gift? No, I have nothing. I have no information on her. Why would I rush that? Decided not to give a gift right now.
Ciao.
With one last wary look, she stalks away through the park. You head home. On your way home, you find a rose on your doorstep. The note reads, "Thinking of you, Eric." You carry it inside. I immediately burn the rose because I don't want to see him. Oh god, I can't wait to see what he has to say. Hey, what's up? Having a good day? Just shrug. Funny, playing it cool, huh? Man like you deserves appreciation. My business is going well, so I'm generous. Come by the shop sometime. If you don't hate me. Well, I do hate you, so I'm never coming by. Next time a real date? One where I don't accuse you of being a murderer. Or an axe. Though I knew a nice one once. Anyway, I think my blade is mostly healed. Congrats or glad to hear it? I'll say just glad to hear it. I think congrats might be a bit too much. Thanks. I'll let you know when I can think of a date we can go on. Let's go to the dungeon in the meantime. Heck yes, I'm going to be able to use Valeria. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, I think we do have the option to go to Paradise Lost. Yeah, okay. I think then what we'll do is, because I don't remember how long the encounter is at Paradise Lost. So let's just go do the encounter at Paradise Lost, and if we have time, we'll do one quick dungeon run. I think I remember which one this is.
Welcome to Paradise Lost. I'm Olivia. What kind of cats do you like?
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a cat cafe. That was the whole thing. The friendly kind, the fluffy kind. All of them not a cat person. I mean, generally I like more friendly cats. Like, Fluffy's cute and all, but I like cats that are willing to, like, hang out with you. So friendly.
Me too! A cat's friendship is pure and eternal. Unless they're hungry, I guess.
Yeah, that is usually the tipping point for most cats. It's definitely food. Do you want to order coffee? Oh god. I'm meeting with someone, yeah, sorry. Yeah, because you're meeting me, right? Oh, sorry, I thought Jesse would tell you. He set us up. And, oh, I forgot to take off my work apron. Sorry, 1 second. Olivia takes off the apron with a smile. I mean, I guess it's kind of a date, but it doesn't have to be. I don't have a good idea of a voice for Olivia, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I don't know what I could do. I could try doing an accent under the filter that I use for Valeria, but I don't know if that's gonna work out as well. I'll come up with something for the next time. We can just hang and pet cats. I don't really like dates anyway. That's completely understandable. Maybe it's to play some game of trying to guess the right thing to say. Wow, fourth wall joke much? Then you flirt and you're supposed to kind of start kissing. It's also fake. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. Do you? Or are you just playing a dating game? I'll never know. God damn it. Stop making the fourth wall jokes, please. Olivia frowns slightly, eyes focusing in the distance. Wait, don't look behind you, but I think someone's watching us in the window. You peek from the corner of your eye, but you don't see anyone. They're gone. Maybe I was imagining things. An elegant cat walks up and sits nearby, staring at you curiously.
Huh?
I don't recognize this one. Who are you, kitty? Are you new here? She's so cute. May I pet you, perhaps? I forgot about the cat. I think the cat is the one we get out of this. Olivia reaches her hand tentatively. The cat stalks away again, tail in the air. Yeah, I've had that before with neighborhood cats. They're always so nervous. And they always kind of, I don't want to say play hard to get, but they always like, you know, they tease, maybe they'll let you pet them, and then they either swipe at you or they walk away. I'm like, God damn it. I just want to hang out with a cat. Please. I guess I offended her. I spent some time with Olivia, chatting and petting cats. This was nice. See you around. See you around then. So if any of my friends become single, I'll let you know. She backs out of the cafe with a blush. The cat gives you a pitying look. This is your fault. Yes, blame the cat for this. Well, here, kitty kitty. I kind of really jokingly want to say this is your fault. I'm gonna coin flip this. I'm gonna say if I get heads, we say this is your fault. Otherwise, we go for here, kitty kitty. Helps if I don't drop the coin trying to catch it. There we go. It's tails. We're just going here, kitty kitty. The cat stares at you until you feel uncomfortable. You head home. Oh yeah, I forgot that initial one doesn't work out at first. You have to wait a little bit before you get anywhere with that. Who's texting? I guess it didn't work out. Guess it didn't work out, huh? Oh, yeah, I forgot Eric was the one who was stalking it for some God knows what reason. What didn't? What do you mean, Eric? You know, you date with that coffee. Sorry, you know, you date with that coffee cutie. I've been there. I know how it feels to be rejected. They think they're so much better than us. But they're not. Better than all of them. They'd be treated like a king, James. Please stop. Like, please? Yeah, sorry if I'm awkward or say too much. You're just so handsome. Oh, God, the moment I can ditch him, I'm leaving him. Get the hell out of here. So, how'd it go with Olivia? We're friends, maybe? Like, there wasn't much to go off of with that. Oh, sweet. Friends are the best. This is progress. Just think, a few weeks ago, you never dated anyone. Now you have experience and skills. If you want to change up your weapon combos, check out the gym in town. And the most romantic holiday ever is around the corner. Valentine's, Christmas, Arbor Day. I assume it's Valentine's. No, silly, 4th of July. I think it's more romantic than a barbecue and fireworks. Is that true? I'm not American, so I genuinely do not know if 4th of July is considered a romantic event for some people. I mean, I could believe it being a romantic event. I just don't know. Of course. We'll just say, of course, because that's what I would say. You think I'm joking, but wait and see. I met my partner Samantha at a barbecue. It's gold. You'll be all hearts in your eyes and all that jazz. I'll send you details soon. Thanks, Jesse. Glad to know that you're keen on that. We have no new crafting materials. Yep. All right. Well, I think with that, that's where we shall call it for tonight. We've made some good progress, all things considered. We've managed to get our first few date potentials lined up, especially Isaac and the golden wife Valeria. Now we just need to avoid Eric at all costs. Try and find some more of the date potentials, which I think one of them comes in through the 4th of July barbecue that's mentioned, and then just trying to see if we can clear them all, because I know I've done it before, so it shouldn't be too tricky, but I just need to practice like combos and stuff to get it ready to go. But this was a fun time. We made good progress for just a starting stream. So thank you all for coming. You've been a wonderful audience once again. To those of you watching the VOD either on Twitch or on YouTube, thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. special thank yous, of course, go out to Steph, Kobold, Zura, and of course AstroCat for popping into chat and having some and making this such an enjoyable time. And yeah, I think with that, let us see who we can raid out to. Should be a few people up and kicking. Liehart's doing stuff. I see my brother playing Elden Ring. Yeah, there's plenty of good options. It's been a while since I've raided Liehart. I know he's a pretty big like streamer, but you know, gotta support the Aussie lads. Gotta support them. So yeah, we'll go raid out to him. Let me just get us to our ending panel. Just make it nice and easy on ourselves. Just move this across so I can see what I'm doing. But yes, alright, let us go raid Liehart. Hopefully he is still going and not wrapping up, because that would suck if he is. Well, we're just gonna have to hope. Alright, raid is going. But yes. Oh, did I accidentally... God damn it, I accidentally cancelled the raid. God damn it. I keep forgetting you have to not close out of that. Hope if I'm smart. Gotta love the scuffed ending, right? Of course. But yeah, I will say, do go check out Liehart. He's an incredible musician and a very talented Aussie lad, so do go show him some love. As of course, our raid message is pub crawl. If you have the emojis as a sub, feel free to use them. If not, choose your own combo of emojis, whatever you think will work perfectly for the pub crawl message. And yeah, with that, thank you all for your time. I hope you have a wonderful evening.